Hey gang, it's TikaBabyGurl, and welcome back to another episode of the Untold Stories of a Corrections Officer. That's right, like I promised, I'm about to tell you guys about the time that I got tased for the first time. I told you guys about the time I had to tase someone else, but let me tell you about the time I got tased. It was for training, right? So every once in a while we have to go through these trainings, and just to make sure we using force at the right level and not going overboard and all that stuff, and just to also make sure that we still know what we're doing, just to brush up on some things. So this particular one, it was like my first 6 months as a corrections officer. Y'all, they gave us an option whether to get tased or not, right? So I was the only female in the hiring group and in my academy class, right? The only female and the only African American. So I'm like, I ain't about to go down like a punk. I ain't about to go down like tase me. Tase me. They did. Okay. So we had training, right? It was at the jail, so the inmates were there, but they were of course in their blocks, in their dorm rooms. So we went to a room. Sometimes we'll have inmates go in there for like to read books or whatever, or the extra time, law library type stuff. So it was empty. Of course, it was in the evening. They had everybody, well, just the new trainees that's never been tased before. And so my training officer, I'm gonna call her Jackie. Jackie, she ain't no punk either. Like she gonna do everything a man gonna do. Like she gonna do what she needs to do. So with her being my training officer, so she was like, my name is McNeil at the time. She was like, McNeil, don't do what you gotta do. Get tased. Don't let them see you. Don't let them see you as a female. Let them see you as an officer. And do it. I'm like, I saw YouTube videos about this. I ain't really trying to. I don't know if I'm feeling it. I ain't feeling it. But I ain't go down like a punk. I took her advice. So we went into the room and they verbally trained us on like whatever, everything that we already knew, but just to brush up on it. So then it came down to the new hires. Okay, y'all ready? No, I ain't ready, but I ain't say that. So they did the guys first. It was 4 guys, and one guy he laid down. He laid down. So what they did, what they made us do, they made us lay down. And then it was 2 prongs. Anybody know, anytime you shoot a taser, 2 prongs come out. You want to try and aim like here or lower, and that way when the prongs come out, they're gonna separate a little bit, and you want them to be at a certain angle, like a certain distance. That way it'll attack the body in order to subdue the inmate. In our case, the inmate. And not so much the criminal, like on the street or whatever. So that it'll subdue the inmate. So they place the prong, hip, and then your like closer to your heel, right? But it's on your clothes. So they snap it on your, probably like your we didn't have any. We took off our belts, like with our tasers and our keys. Our it's been a minute. What do I have on there? My cuffs, my cuffs, my taser, my keys, and some other stuff. Flashlight. We took all that. We took the belt off because, of course, the prongs gonna probably interfere with that metal 9 times out of 10. But so they put one on our belt, on our pants, where the belt goes. And then they put one at the end of our pants, so it was sitting right there at our ankle. They pulled the darn trigger, and this particular friend, oh my gosh, I'm gonna call him I don't even need to call him because I ain't gonna talk about him no more. But he turned so red, like he's easily flustered. He turned so red, and he was the first one. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like is this what I gotta do? And you know he big too, so I'm like, and I was skinny. I was scared, y'all. He act like it was like when you pull the trigger, it's like 5 seconds. That's it. It's just 5 seconds. That's it. It seemed like 1,000 minutes, but it's 5 seconds and then boom, it turns off. But the way he was like, ugh, and the way he tensed up, I was scared. I was so scared, but I couldn't show it. I wasn't about to show it. My trained officer, Jackie, was right there. I'm like, I ain't about to, I ain't gonna do that. So anyway, the second guy, the third guy, the fourth guy. And then it was my turn. Lord have mercy. So they did, they laid, everybody in 5 seconds, boom, done. They laid me down, put the phone here, and put the phone by my foot. By my foot. I laid down, anticipated. It's like they stood there for a very long time. You know, like it was almost time for a new day. That's how long they stood there as I laid down, anticipating this shock, you know. My leg, okay, imagine this. Me laying down flat on my stomach. My hands down to my side. I think, yeah, my hands down to my side. I'm laying flat though. So everything is facing the ground. When they pull that trigger, my left leg and my arm, like my whole left side pretty much my whole left side pretty much, bruh, that's the darn security. My whole left side went up in the air, right? And it just stood there for those 5 seconds shaking, and I couldn't say nothing. I probably looked crazy, but I was like, and I was stuck. I was just stuck right there. When it was time to pull, turn the taser off, his thumb slipped. So I was getting tased longer than I had to. Granted, it was like probably a millisecond, but still it felt like 1,000 years. God said one day, 1,000,000 years is but one day. But to him, or something like that. But let me tell y'all, I felt like that. I felt him. I felt the Lord when he said that. In opposite. But forget it. Okay. I'm like, oh my gosh. It felt like 1,000,000. It felt like a very, very, very long time. And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. I wasn't embarrassed or nothing. Like, they knew what they were doing, and I can hear them like, oh shoot, or whatever, if they tried to, turn it off again. I looked at them like, oh my gosh. Girl, the darn officer and me went home for the night. The officer and me went home for the night. Tika showed up like, what? Y'all, let me tell y'all, I'm gonna put two pictures right here. I'm gonna show y'all what that darn taser did to me. It burned, it literally burned like a bolt, like the lightning bolt in my back. And put a mark right there on my ankle. Like, I'm about to find those pictures. I'm gonna put her right here. Y'all, I was just, It was bad, y'all, but, I made it through, Next day I came in like, what? What? I got tased, what? What? Hey, Toon.
What's up, Officer Hill?
You heard me up in there. You heard me up in there.
I was in my cell.
I know you was in your cell, but I know you want sleep. You want sleep. I saw you up in there, Tom.
Man, I was asleep.
You want to sleep? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, don't mess with me. Don't play with me. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with Officer Hill. Okay? You got that? Don't mess with me. I got tased. What? You want to get tased?
Man, Officer Hill, go with that.
All right, then. It hurt, y'all. It burned. I felt that the next day. Let me tell y'all something. On the next episode of Untold Stories of a Corrections Officer, I'm about to tell y'all about the time I got maced. I got OC sprayed. I forgot what it means. Or psyllium spray, whatever. That was a horrible experience again. And that, we have a choice. We have to get sprayed. So the next episode, I'm going to tell you guys how I got sprayed. Oh, and another episode after that, a little juicier episode, we found a little something in, and it made sale. I'm going to tell y'all about that too, okay? Y'all, so Jackie was proud of me, you know, because I went through with it. Over and out. Shout out goes out to Locked Head Goddess. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I see you all over my videos. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, gang.